everyone. I've been going to do this video for a year or two. As my regular watchers know, I have Lyme disease, and it's a major pain to live with Lyme disease. But this video is about leveling the deck on your Toro 5XI tractor. All the 5XI tractors are the 518XI, 520XI, 522XI. Those three are the air-cooled Kohler versions. Then there's the 520LXI and a 522LXI. Those are the Kawasaki water-cooled engines. I have, this one's a 522XI, has power steering. I have a 520XI, and that doesn't have power steering. Thus, I'm going to fix it up and sell it. Still a good tractor. I got a 520LXI with a engine that had a fire that has power steering. I plan on putting a Briggs Vanguard engine in it when I have the money, because I'm having trouble with my arms from Lyme disease. Anyway, if your tractor has it, or I'm not going to mess with leveling of the deck. If your deck is not leveled, the nose of it is down a bit farther than this, and this is the second 5XI tractor that I bought. The first one I bought, I had no idea how to level the deck. Well, I didn't have the owner's manual, and I think I destroyed two different $60 Toro belts. A $60 belt from a Toro dealer at your hardware store could be $12, $15, $18, which is ridiculous. But I destroyed one on my when I tried to run my 60-inch mower deck. Oh, there goes a deer. Oh, cool. There's lots of deer in Turkey that wander through here. I'm out in the middle. I'm about a half a mile from any main road here, so I'm pretty hidden right here. But so I wasted money, just wasted money on not knowing how to level the deck. I've even seen some people with these tractors that mounted caster wheels up in the front corners of the deck to keep the deck level, so it cuts well, so you don't destroy a brand new belt after running it 20 minutes. So I forgot to bring out my sorry, I got the camera tilted down a little bit, so it's cutting off my head. I forgot to bring out my John Deere sells a deck leveling tool, or a deck height testing tool. It's basically a yellow two pieces of plastic, and one is shaped like a hockey stick, kind of like, and it's got a gauge on it, and it marks how many inches, and you slide it under the deck, and you touch this thing to the bottom side of the blade. And it's good to have your blades going this way, so you can check, see the height of the back of the blade. Maybe it's 2.5 inches, and maybe in the front it's 2 inches. And most manuals tell you to have your deck adjusted so the front of the deck is just maybe a 1/4 inch lower than the back of the deck. This tractor has a 52-inch deck. This is my favorite deck for the 5XI series. I've had every deck except the 44-inch. I had a 42-inch rear discharge, and it didn't cut very well. I didn't like how it cut, and then, well, it left a lot of grass clippings underneath the tractor between the rear wheels, which, if you clean things every once in a while, is not too bad of a job, but it just didn't cut very well. And that was even after getting the deck leveled and all that. And I haven't had a 44-inch, but I need a deck bigger than a 44. The 48s I've come across several of the 48-inch decks that crack in the middle rear of the deck. And I'm thinking, my guess is that happens from driving over a hump and not lifting the deck. This is a heavy tractor. This tractor without the deck, according to Toro, is very close to 1,000 pounds. And that's, not including the wheel weights or whoever is sitting on it. 1,000-pound tractor. That's a pretty heavy tractor. I forgot to say the New Holland GT18, GT20, GT22, GT20A, GT22A are the same exact tractor, just painted blue, and they have blue stickers on. What else? Yeah, I had a 60-inch deck for a while, because when I got my 520xi, it came with a 48-inch deck that looked like it was barely used, and I put an ad on Craigslist looking for a 60-inch deck, and a guy that had a 60-inch deck that was too big for his yard, we did an even trade, and I had that 60-inch deck, I think, for a couple of years, and just it really works the tractor hard. I had it on the 520xi, and the only way I could get that deck going is to have the tractor warmed up at full throttle and then hitting the PTO switch. Otherwise, anything below full throttle would kill the engine. The later brochures for the 5xi series, because these tractors came out in 1998. The later series, Toro only offered the 60-inch deck for the 522xi and not the 520xi, and I think they had dropped the LXi tractors, which have the Kawasaki engines. Oh, I forgot, the 523DXi is the one diesel that has 23 horsepower Daihatsu, I think, diesel, and I've seen, I think, one of those in person. But on those, I think those tractors actually move slower and cut slower because the engine has a lower full throttle RPM than all the rest of them do. I do not know if New Holland sold a version with the diesel engine in it. For 2006 and 2007, Toro sold, it was just one model in this series. It's called the GT550, GT550. I've never seen one of them. I don't know how many of them they sold, but New Holland did sell their GT series of these up through 2007. But sorry, I'm pretty long-winded in this video. So first thing is you get, when I have two of these yellow deck height testers I got from a John Deere dealer. I think they're $10 a piece. Maybe they're 15 bucks a piece. It's a well worth it investment. So to level the deck on one of these, there is a bolt way in the back of the deck. Underneath here, it's kind of a pain to get to. I'm going to eventually show the camera to where it is. And this bolt that comes down at an angle. When you see it, it'll have one nut on it. Well, I suggest you get some nylock nuts in that size. I don't know what size it looks like. It's about a 1/2-inch bolt. But buy yourself a dozen nylock nuts. And when you get the deck adjusted with one nut, put one or two behind it and double nut it, or even triple nut it if there's enough room on the bolt, because I've adjusted these several times, and they, with vibration, it just slowly, the front of the deck drops down. Oh, I hate mosquitoes and flies. Anyway, okay, let's go to the back of the tractor and show where this bolt is. Sorry, that's a hitch. I have videos on that hitch. I put this hitch on a year ago. It's one of the cheap. I think that hitch is probably about $70 or $80 on eBay. Through several suppliers, I modified it with supports there. But anyway, okay, let's take the phone. I got the phone on a little tripod. Let's take it out of the tripod, and I got the rear axle attachment bracket there. Okay, right there, that bolt there, right in the middle. You gotta tighten the nut on it. Preferably use a nylock nut. Put a second nylock nut behind it, tighten that, and if there's room, put a third nylock nut behind it once it's adjusted. But anyway, another thing, when you go to a dealer and you get blades for these tractors, Toro has made a lot of 52-inch decks on various tractors, the 260 series, this series here, commercial walk-behinds, 100 series Groundsmaster, 200 series Groundsmaster. A lot of decks they have had. They have the 52-inch deck. Well, usually the commercial versions, the center hole of the 18-inch blade is 5/8 inch, and on the commercial versions of a 52-inch deck, it's going to be a 1/2 inch center hole. I don't know why Toro does that. You know, why don't they just make it simple and make all of them 5/8? I don't know. But anyway, how long are we at? Let's see what time we're at. We are at 12 and a half minutes. Yeah, I got the side panels off. These Kohler air-cooled engines run a bit hot. I ran this tractor last summer with the hood off, the grill off, and the side panels off, and the air temp gauge dropped by 1/3. Otherwise, with all that stuff on, the temp gauge would be right up to the edge of the red zone. But anyway, there she is. I think I've covered enough. You can like and subscribe if you really liked this video, how helpful it was. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there yet that have one of these and have no clue how to level the deck. I didn't either. And so please like and subscribe, and see my other videos. I do have several other videos on this series of Toro garden tractors. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.